Kentucky, man.
All right, Dre.
Yo, welcome to the Sports Panel. This is the #1 sports panel in the Midwest. This is where we dive into the latest topics in sports. So we got an exciting show today. I'm your host today, Mr. Daddy, sir. Let's get into some of the topics. At first, we're going to introduce the panel. I'm going to introduce the panel.
always goes
Then. If
that
y'all
way.
want
It
to
ain't
go,
gonna
let's
hurt you
go.
to say your name if you pointed at you, bro. You
But
gotta
I'm
say it
saying
anyway.
it goes that way. All right,
gotta say
whatever.
it anyway.
I'm Mark. How about that?
Marky Mark.
Yeah.
Welcome back, bro.
What's up, man? Jay Sun, the expert. Let's go. 80sapparel.com. We in here.
Yeah. What's up? What up? What up? It's the coach, Pussy Collins, celebrating the big 4-6 today, yo.
Damn.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
appreciate it,
Boosie.
Appreciate it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we should have had some type of old school song queued up for you.
Boy done been through the colon cleanse and everything. That boy 46.
He threw that one in there, yeah.
All cleaned out.
Yeah, man.
You sure
yeah,
can't
bro.
dress like Bootsy Collins, man.
No, I can't
I'd
dress.
rather be with
I
you.
ain't dressing like him.
All right, I'm Puncho, man. I just got a Genius Ideas. We here.
Yes, I did. Let's get it. First topic of the day. NBA draft. Draft recap. What y'all think? How's it going so far? Got the first round out the way?
Yeah, right now we watching the second round live. So.
I haven't seen any surprises, actually.
No
It's
surprises.
kind of going exactly how we thought it would go.
Let me ask y'all this. What do y'all think about Ace Bailey, his situation? He got drafted by Utah, and Utah was on the list of one of the teams who he didn't want to go to.
Hey, he seemed pretty happy to be over there, though.
Happy to be over there?
Yeah, he said that he's.
He's
open
supposed
up
to say that.
Hey, go through the
I
garage.
mean, yeah, but
You're supposed to say that. You getting in the league, you dreamed about this moment your whole life. You can't be one of them niggas, I'm at the wrong team. I don't want to play for this team. Man, you better take your blessings.
you didn't see the dude from Toronto?
Anything can happen. I mean, if you don't want to play for them, all you got to do is, that's what they got agents for. See if they can make a move.
Bro,
Yeah.
the dude
Because
from
teams don't want nobody that don't want to play for them.
Dude,
That's true.
the dude
So-
from Toronto, he got drafted. When he got up, he was like, fuck.
Yeah.
You didn't see that shit?
I mean,
Nah, I
but
didn't
at
see
the
that.
same time,
He probably going to end up in the G League for that
he-
one.
Right.
Yeah.
He tried to pull the NFL shit. You know what I'm saying? Most NFL players be like, I don't want to go play for this team, this and that. So I said, I feel like if it work in the NFL, how come it can't work in the NBA?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But
so,
they
So
draft
we
him.
see
It's a bunch of ungrateful motherfuckers, man.
For real.
I'd have drafted him so I could trade him. I could get somebody decent for him.
Well, if he was the highest on your board,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because if you already know he don't want to play for you, why select him if he wasn't the highest on your board?
Yeah.
So what was he projected to go before,
Third.
2 weeks
Third.
ago? I think he
Third.
was
he
projected
was
to go
supposed to go in the
third.
top 3.
So
He was
he
supposed to
dropped-
go to Sixers.
He dropped all the way to Utah. When they pick?
As soon as he
What
said
pick did he
that-
go?
I think he went fifth.
He went
Fifth? Oh,
fifth.
that's
As
not
soon as
too
he
bad.
said that he wasn't going
He
to
didn't-
work out for them,
Yeah, he didn't work out. He didn't work out for nobody. He didn't do no private workouts, anything like that. And he literally said his preferred destination is he wanted to go to Washington. And if he didn't want to go into Washington, he wanted to go to Brooklyn.
See, I got a problem with
Man,
that.
that's crazy. How you fuck you
that's
gonna come out
wild,
here talking
bro.
about where you want to
You
go?
gotta
Yeah.
be thankful, bro.
Even the fact that you talking about where you want to go. Why would you say you want to go to the worst franchises in NBA history? That's
Because he
showing-
want to do some nigga shit.
That's telling me
He
that
want to go to DC and wild out.
He don't care about winning. He just care about the statistics.
He
In
care
my
about
book, that's what it's
partying.
looking like. You just want to get you 25 a game,
Yeah.
and go on in DC
Nah,
history.
let's be clear. Don't
So
no
what
nigga
all
want to go to
team-
Utah.
What all teams was it?
It was
Brooklyn?
Washington, Nets, and the Pelicans.
Yeah.
So
Them
New
the three
Orleans,
teams.
Brooklyn, and
So
DC.
he probably was thinking like for his legacy, like if he could go there and just do the unthinkable and win a championship, probably to a franchise.
Utah
that-
ain't never won one.
Utah, and I know he wasn't thinking Utah, but he probably was thinking the actual just being in Utah.
So you trying to
probably why
think
he
he that
eliminated
cold? He think
Yeah,
he that
nah,
cold?
he
He
think
gonna bring
that.
a championship to
he
Washington?
think that. He
That's
think
what he
that.
thought,
Yeah.
man.
Dude, I would never say I want to go to Washington.
That's crazy. So,
Chocolate
so
City, bro.
y'all know
DC.
Danny Ainge is the one who drafted him. He always like trying to put niggas in their place.
Yeah.
Like
No,
Dangerous
actually-
Minds.
It was his son that drafted him because Danny Ainge brought his son in to replace him. And Danny Ainge is doing something higher now. So that ain't nepotism like a motherfucker, boy. You don't bring your son. Well, hey, but if he doing what he doing, I mean, you also got to think about it. Like, who else went up over there? Clayton, Walter Clayton.
They
So-
traded for him.
So they got a nice little squad. You just got
They got them two, and that's it.
Yeah.
They got them two and Laurie Markkinen.
And yeah, I forgot Laurie Markkinen.
That's it.
They got what's his name?
Jordan
John
Clarkson?
Collins.
John Collins trash.
Yeah, all right. I mean,
No.
I ain't saying he horrible.
Clarkson at the end of his prime.
So check this out.
I think it's bad.
Cooper Flag went number 1, right?
Right.
Do y'all think this was the best situation for a number 1 pick to be drafted in?
I think so.
When the last time we had a number 1 pick get automatically drafted into a contender? It got to be like Tim Duncan or something, right?
I mean, depends. Are they all healthy?
Yeah.
If Anthony Davis is healthy and Kyrie, which I mean, you can't really blame Kyrie because he tore his ACL.
That's why they're trying to get a point.
But if they're all healthy, that shit will be good for him.
I think it'll be good for him. But I don't think he's going to stay there. Until he get on the floor to prove me wrong, I don't think he's going to stay there.
That's what the sources is telling you?
Nah, it's just my
Personal opinion.
my spidey. Yeah.
The Spidey
team.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't remember a first overall pick going to a contender right away.
Yeah.
I don't remember that, but I don't consider Dallas a contender right now.
Dallas is definitely a contender
Not
with their roster.
not with Kyrie out for the season.
Yeah, but shit, if they could get a decent
most
point
year.
guard, like somebody that could
Chris Paul.
Yeah, they were
We already
saying they were
we
gonna
already
get
see
Chris
Klay
Paul, or try to
Thompson's
get
at the
him.
end of his
they
role.
don't even need.
Clay still can give you 20.
Bro, I forgot
If they
Clay
get
was even over there.
if they get somebody like Russell Westbrook,
Nah,
Nah.
don't throw him on there.
Nah.
No. Don't throw
Westbrook
Russ
would
on
He
there.
tear
went
that
to Houston. He went to
franchise
Houston
down.
with KD.
No.
I think you know
He
what?
did.
Better yet, they need somebody.
That's what I was
like
told. He
maybe,
went to Houston with KD.
Nah.
They need
heard
somebody
that,
like
bro.
maybe Chris Paul running APG.
nah,
For right now.
he moved too slow. You watch Chris Paul in the last 2 years,
Yeah.
bro. No, you need somebody that's like Westbrook.
Chris
that
Paul
can-
needs to
that-
retire.
That can speed the game up
okay,
and
well-
play slow with AD. Westbrook, him and AD on the Lakers looked great, bro.
No,
When
but
LeBron was out, him and AD looked great.
that's why the Mavericks is trying to trade for Lonzo.
He trying to get some applause from the audience.
Don't ask the Laker expert.
Man.
Okay, he is not with Houston right now. That was a rumor.
I'm not a fan of Russ at all.
No, I get it, but when he played with AD, then AD looked good.
I think Russ can make any big man look good.
So that's the whole point.
Not with the assist with the offensive rebound. So all you gotta do is follow him to the hole, and he gonna break it off the damn rim, and you're gonna get offensive.
No,
rebound.
I'm only saying that because Dallas got not only do they got AD, they got what's his name? Gafford.
And
They got
Lively.
Lively.
And Lively.
And those three are like lob big men.
Russ don't throw lobs.
Can't
Yes,
hear
he
you.
do. What are you talking about? He played with
Can't
AD,
hear
was
you.
just kept throwing lobs with AD. He played with Steven Adams, throwing lobs to Steven Adams. What are you talking about?
Now that was 10 years ago, Steven.
But
Steve
I'm just
Adams
saying,
can't do that
when
now.
he played with AD,
He ain't passed it
when he-
6 times
when he
in
played,
a game.
have you watched him play? Have you watched him play with Denver with DeAndre Jordan? When DeAndre Jordan was on the floor,
Who?
Westbrook.
Yeah.
You know he gonna defend Westbrook to
No,
death.
Yeah.
I tell y'all, Westbrook.
It's
I'll be
trash.
I
honest.
still like Russ though.
Yeah, I will be
So
honest
what-
with you. That's
so
why I'm being
Russ
honest from a
we trust.
basketball standpoint.
You know Jason Kidd is a point guard. He can't have Russell Westbrook over there. He's not going to allow
If you got Kyrie coming back, you got somebody that played last year deep in the playoffs.
Doing what
You
he
got
wanna
somebody
do, though.
Too many
he
turnovers.
looked decent with.
He didn't
with the Denver.
look decent.
But that
at
was
the
that was
end.
him coming off the bench.
Yeah, that's my
Nah,
point.
but he didn't look
He
decent
gonna have to
at the
start
end,
half the
though.
year
He
for
blew-
Dallas.
He gonna have to
No,
start
they got
half
that
the
other
season.
guy.
Who?
That one little point guard that played behind Kyrie. He's pretty good. I think his number was
Yeah.
like number 2 or something.
He got good ball movement. But
So about Darius Finney-Smith?
nah,
he
Russell
played for,
Westbrook blew 2
Clippers.
games last playoffs.
Yeah, he did. That's what he's gonna do. This the NBS alone
Yeah,
season.
so we don't need that in Dallas.
No, you need that in Dallas to Kyrie come back. Who else you
Nah.
gonna get? You gonna get Kyle Lowry?
No, they need Chris Paul.
Chris Paul play too slow.
They need Kobe White.
They need Kobe White to be great with him.
But think about it, they need to kind of play slow without Kyrie there.
It depends on different games, bro. Like imagine if they play against like every possession can't be a slow possession.
Not every. We know he only in
Why
the
won't you
game
want a
little
hybrid
bit.
guard that can speed up the game and slow it down?
Because you don't want AD to get hurt running up and down the court.
No, that's why you
fast.
got the other 2 big
Yeah,
men.
yeah.
And you got Clay on the wing, and you got PJ
Well,
Washington
they
coming
need to
in the corner.
When AD's in the game, they need to play through him in the post.
Yeah, they play
And
through
then when he's
him.
not in the game, they need to like a burst of energy come
Yeah,
in with
a
the
burst
second.
energy. And then you still got P.J. Washington that can shoot the corner three. Clay can shoot anywhere on the floor. Number 2 could score off the dribble, and he could score. I forgot his name.
But they gonna get mad when Russell Westbrook just
they got P.J. Washington
and
still
not pass it to him.
Yeah, they still got P.J. Washington.
The only other point guard they have is Spencer Dinwiddie.
And you got Spencer Dinwiddie that can score off the dribble, and he can score off a corner three.
Didn't the Mavs just do an extension on one of their bigs?
Yeah, Gafford.
Okay, Gafford. Yeah.
So it was 10 trades in the first round. That's about average for the last 5 years. Who y'all think won the first round of the draft, team wise?
I gotta go with Houston.
Houston. Who they get?
KD.
He didn't like that. He didn't like that.
Even though
Houston got significantly better.
He didn't like that.
So I like you just said Houston got significantly better. They was the number 2 seed last season.
They will be.
So
number,
they're going to catch OKC.
They might be number 1 next year. They might be number 1 next year.
Might be number 1. They're either going to catch OKC or they're going to not do better than they did last year.
You got to
so
remember.
it's not even
remember,
worth getting KD.
Their defense was phenomenal. Their young players are just going to get better. I think OKC caught everybody off guard, and they went 2 game 7s in the playoffs. 2 out of 4, was it 4 series? They went to a game 7, pushed to the limit.
What's wrong with that?
Okay,
they could have lost both of those game 7s if Denver didn't have injuries and if Tyrese Halliburton didn't go out. Tyrese was on fire to start the game. I'm just calling it is what it is.
he was.
I'm not saying OKC didn't deserve it or play well.
So
what
you
I'm
trying
saying
to
is
give
they
them
not
a bubble
I don't,
ring?
No, I don't think they are miles ahead of the competition. That's what I'm saying.
So they blew away the regular season. They just blew the regular season.
Okay, but
away.
we talk about the playoffs. It's a whole different season.
They came out with the ring.
The playoffs, yeah, they deserve it. I'm not saying they don't.
So
what I'm saying is I don't think they are miles ahead of the next team.
But
the
you
best
still
team.
got this victory.
OKC was either 1 or 2 the previous season.
Yeah, they didn't even win.
Yeah, you said they surprised people.
No, I said it didn't.
Oh, okay.
He just got vitriol for OKC for some reason.
No. I don't know.
So Houston didn't win the draft if they didn't get a draft pick. Who y'all think won the draft?
No, they traded.
Even though I
they
can't
didn't.
really say. I only say about the picks because the Nets had 5 first-round picks.
They were the first team in the NBA.
Sometimes
history.
it ain't about quantity; it's about quality.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
No,
more,
what I'm
that's
saying-
more
You can
I'm
have
looking-
10
I'm
picks.
looking
and
at
they
the
ain't good.
players, but
I was
can't
gonna
really
say
say
that
they
too,
won it
but
because in way they drafted maybe like 1 or maybe 2 bigs and then the rest was all guards. I'm like, you got a whole bunch of guards.
I hate to be cliche, but let's call it is what it is. Dallas won the draft. They got the best player by far in the draft. They already got a great team. They just made up for getting rid of Luka. They are the winners of the weekend. They got their fan base back. They got faith in them again.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, that's true.
Dallas won the weekend.
That's the reason why he over here said you can't get rid of Cooper Flag. You get rid of Cooper Flag, they will forever hate that.
Yeah,
Man,
that's
I'm
crazy.
only saying that from until he get on the floor. I hope they don't get rid of him. Until he play on the floor, then that's like when you see, like we see what happened with the Lakers. They traded Luka because we see what was going on. Now it makes sense why they traded Luka. They sold that. They sold the team. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
Don't worry
Technical
about that.
difficulties on the set.
Yeah. But then you see somebody like LeBron talk about ring culture. So that means that he's painting narratives because he probably gonna leave. And then now you see LeBron praising Cooper Flag.
What you trying to say? He going to Dallas?
Yeah, LeBron jealous. He like, oh, he
It's gonna
coming
be a
into
trade.
the best situation. Oh man, like LeBron a hater, man.
Yeah, I think.
He a narrative creator. I ain't never seen nobody who writes so many scripts.
Yeah, until he play on the floor, then
He chat GBT. He just changed the whole game with shit.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
Watching Cooper Flag in real time and not just the highlights. I think he is everything they advertise him to
Oh
be.
yeah, he is.
Nah, he is not as good a defender
Man.
they saying he is.
Oh, dude.
They talking about he's going to be the best defender on the team right away.
I didn't hear that.
I heard that.
the best defender.
I was
I didn't hear that at all.
I was
Hey,
watching
D was,
something.
They saying he's a straight two-way menace
right. I was watching
because he
something
got
the other
one
day,
chase down block.
and he said his favorite player is Larry Bird
Yeah.
because he said like in his household That's all they mostly ever watched is Larry Bird highlights. So
Do you
obviously-
blame him?
So his parents is
Can't blame
racist?
him.
Is what you
No,
saying?
I can't blame him. I'm just
His
saying
parents
though,
is racist?
Like
What you
when,
saying?
when I see
You gonna
him-
watch Larry Bird?
No,
That's it.
I'm just what I'm saying
Larry
is
Bird,
that
Larry
Where you
Bird
dust
only.
off those tapes at?
well, elaborate is that when I see his game, it's kind of like not like exact Larry Bird, but you can see just a smidge of Larry Bird, like in the as far as like the way he hustled, the way he played defense, his shooting. You know, it's there. But I'm like, his defense is solid though. So I think when he comes to Dallas, that's where he gonna have to hang his hat on for right now. Because I don't think the point
Well, it
point
ain't.
guard gonna be giving
He
him the
better
ball
he
right.
better score at least 18 points a game off the rip in Dallas. Because you ain't got nobody to score the ball. If
this-
it's just AD, and who knows if AD gonna be consistent, be there, healthy.
So probably like
But-
18 and maybe
for
like
him to be
10
the
a game.
18,
the
7,
person that
7.
they
But
this
say
what
he
I don't-
is,
this what I don't
he better average at
understand.
least 18.
Do he plan on being the face of the league in the future?
You know the NBA might want
Well,
to
he
sign
now-
him.
Yeah.
So how he gonna be the face of the league playing with Dallas and he not gonna win Rookie of the Year?
Man, they talking
Why
about
not?
this dude
Why
is
not?
generational.
Who gonna win Rookie of the Year? How he gonna win Rookie of the Year playing in Dallas?
All he,
you
got,
got it?
all he got to do is get 18, 7,
Yeah.
8,
18
7.
a
Bro,
game.
he's
Win
not
it.
about to average no 18 points in Dallas.
He can win it.
How
So
can-
who do you think is gonna get Rookie of the
Where
Year?
they
I
points,
don't know.
Where their points gonna come from?
They got Dallas got a good team. He just said it's a championship team.
That's what he said.
They got a
This
good
nigga be
team?
wilding.
No, they really are a championship
Nah,
team.
They got a decent
They
team.
were just in the Western
They got a
Conference
great-
Finals.
They got a
the
good
year
team,
ago.
bro.
Yeah.
They,
So
got,
what?
they got a great team.
So
They-
what
they
you,
was in there with
Great. They got a
Luka.
good team.
What you-
Y'all underestimating how great Luka
what
is.
you think
Nah,
about
no,
the
we not.
draft, Mark?
Me personally, I think the Jazz probably won.
The Jazz?
Yeah,
Why?
because one, they got Ace Bailey. Then they made the trade to get Walter Clayton.
Walter Clayton
Like,
Jr.
yeah,
So
like,
they got two.
they got two
young
good
stars.
people. Yeah,
But ain't they giving away everybody?
they're probably trying to get rid of Laurie Markkinen
And
but
Walter Kessler too,
Nah,
right?
They can't
Nah.
Didn't they get rid of
Mark
Carson
Market.
already?
They're not gonna. Nah.
They're gonna have to get rid of
They
Colin
need
Sexton.
to.
Yeah, they're gonna. They already said that they're gonna. My sources said that they're gonna get rid of him.
I think
They're
that's a
looking. They're
mistake.
looking at other like team. They're looking at teams, but
This is the problem with the NBA today.
I guarantee you they're probably just gonna waive him, and no one's gonna want him.
Why would you get rid of Colin Sexton?
Colin Sexton.
They're not waiving no Colin Sachs.
Why would anybody
They're gonna
get
trade
rid of
him?
Colin Sexton?
They're not gonna waive him.
I could see them
I'm saying waiving him
him
because ain't
nah,
nobody
yeah.
gonna want to get him.
Why?
They're not
Why would
gonna
anybody not want Colin Sexton?
He's inconsistent.
Yeah, he's not
Bro,
that good.
He's a dog.
He's a
Injury
dog.
prone.
He
Bro,
is.
he is a dog,
but he's
bro.
injury prone.
Do he
He's
give
a
you more than
dog.
40 games a year?
Yeah.
No,
I mean, I don't follow Utah, so I ain't gonna lie. But
Well-
I know that kid. I remember in college.
I haven't
I don't
watched
mean
him
to
since
bring
high
up
school.
old shit, but I remember
No, in college he was
they
a
played
dog.
with
He
they
was a
played
dog in
with
high
4
school, too.
kids on the floor, and they let them
Yeah.
continue the game.
And he was
Right.
out there.
Carlin
he
was
damn
out
near
there
won.
balling.
Yeah, he damn near won.
He
Still
didn't
won the
give
game.
up nothing. Like
Yeah.
the dude just and in the NBA he slapped that intensity, slapping the floor on defense. Like let's go.
That's
He's
that
the
new
new
shit
Pat
right there.
Bev, but with a better mentality, I guess you want to call it.
Shit, he ain't no Pat Bev.
Oh, his defense
You're a dog,
solid,
bro.
though. His
Colin
defense
Sexton
tight.
a dog, bro.
I ain't gonna, hey, he gonna
I
get
ain't
out there.
seen
I don't
that.
know anybody that would
All
want him
I
on the
see-
bench. On their bench.
I
And he a
don't see
champion.
I don't see no difference between him and Speedy Claxton.
You just be making up shit.
That nigga crazy.
Same. Colin Sexton and Speedy
That's full-
Claxton
come
is
on,
the
bro.
same guy.
That's crazy.
Well, I don't know.
That's
Maybe
the
in the
same
league.
guy.
No.
Colin had a few.
He
40,
might he
when was
more
with
like
Cleveland-
Vernon Maxwell.
When he was with Cleveland, when he was with Cleveland, he had a few 40-point games.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple
I
until he
give
got
him
hurt.
that. I give him that. But he was number 2 pick though, right?
No,
No.
What was he at? He was high. He was
He
a
was
high
number 2.
draft. Oh, okay.
He was.
He was a
He
high
played at
draft.
Bama, right?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
played at Bama.
Alabama.
He played at Bama.
He played.
He
for-
was the 8th pick.
The 8th pick.
He
okay.
played for Mr. Avery Johnson.
All right, so what do y'all think about the NBA trades and the free agents that's been going on so far? How y'all think the league is shaping up with that?
Jordan Poole to the fucking Pelicans.
I want you to. You got a chance to just.
The what? The Drew
Yeah,
Holiday
yeah,
You
one.
got
yo-
a chance to go crazy, bro.
Them-
that
Look,
was your
hey,
team.
They've
I
been
ain't
selling. They've been
breaking
I
selling.
ain't going crazy because they already said that they were gonna trade him.
They done
not
traded
saying- I'm not
everybody
saying go
except the
crazy.
leprechaun.
But it's
boss.
funny.
I'm
Hey,
talking about
it's
this
funny.
your segment.
It's funny
Go crazy.
how we got him. We got Drew from Portland.
Yeah.
Then we traded him back to Portland.
Trade his ass right.
You got a ring out of it
Okay,
first.
Yeah, we
Hey,
did. I ain't mad
And
at
what
it.
you think about them trading Kristaps Porzingis?
First off, I already knew they were gonna trade him, but what we got back, that's what pissed me off. Because
What
this
y'all
dude
get
is
back?
trash.
Some Newports?
what is his George Niang?
George
Niang
Niang
or
ain't
something
trash,
like.
bro. He was over there doing this thing in Atlanta, bro.
Yeah,
Bro, look
he
at
a
his
good
stats.
shooter. No, he a good shooter. He can shoot.
No, we need a rebounder. That's what we need.
Well, they added a score because Tatum gonna be out,
Nah, still
and they shoot a
trash.
lot of threes, so they need a better 3-point shooter.
And who gonna get the rebounds?
They still working on
The
that.
thing
part.
about-
Yeah, they need to work on that hard.
They working on
'cause
that part.
So Atlanta,
Like
then,
Mark said, he
picking
knew-
up Porzingis, that's big.
Hold up.
Yeah.
What'd you say,
Atlanta,
Jay?
Atlanta.
Well, Mark said that he knew that was going to happen because we all knew it was going to happen. It was
That's what I'm
already
saying. We
reports
all
that
knew,
Boston was
yeah.
going to be blown up after this year because they got a new owner and he ain't trying to pay all that luxury tax.
So did you come out the room that day or cry? What happened?
I was at work.
I can still see the little rings around your eyes.
So wait.
Hey, I was at
Well,
work.
there's one thing he's got hope. They look like they might continue to go forward with
Yeah.
Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Damn,
Well-
you ain't even wear your Boston shirt today?
Dude, I told him as soon as I got
Oh,
to the
man,
car,
he
I was
traded.
like, I should have worn my,
You a traitor, dog.
Tatum jersey.
Wait, here's
You
the
a
question:
traitor.
Do you think they gonna re-sign Al Horford because he's a free agent?
Nah, he's gonna retire by next year. I guarantee you this is gonna be his last
Yeah,
year.
I don't think he got enough time to go through
Yeah.
another couple years waiting. to get-
Between Jaylen Brown and White, which one do you think them gonna end up being gone?
Neither. They're not gonna trade him.
Yeah. Not right now.
They asking for too much. That's all. They need
Yeah.
4 first-round
Nah.
picks.
Jason
Jaylen
Tatum,
Brown,
Jason
they
Tatum
need like
down.
6
They
first-round
need Jason.
picks.
They need
Yeah.
Jaylen.
Ain't too many teams gonna pay that price for them.
What he say?
Maybe.
They what?
Yeah, they
You can
everybody.
entertain it all they want. They ain't gonna do it. I highly doubt
It's-
it.
It's only
don't
only
think
like
they
5
rebuilding.
people in the NBA that's not on the chopping block right now. Everybody else is on the trade block. It's only like 5 people that's not on the trade block.
Who's that?
Like Steph, LeBron,
Midas, Buzelis.
Jokic. But Jokic, they just said he could
Yeah.
possibly be on the trade block.
Man,
So-
who said that shit?
The
their
GM.
GM for Denver.
GM.
He literally came out and
Yeah.
said that shit.
So everybody,
He out his motherfucking mind.
Ant-Man is 4, and probably Brunson is 5. Everybody else is possibly can get traded.
And our GM said Midas Buzelis is the only one that can't be moved in Chicago.
Yeah, so it's only a few people in the NBA right now that's not on the trade block.
You
He
know,
said Kobe can go, they all can go.
and that is crazy because like over there, I know in Chicago they didn't called about Kobe White, they didn't called about
Lonzo.
and they didn't called about Patrick Williams, and they didn't called about Vooch. So I was like, get rid of all them 4 motherfuckers.
Yeah, get rid of all them.
They get rid of all them except Kobe.
Oh yeah, Pat Williams. You say Pat Will?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I said
definitely get rid of him. He should
But
be
it's
gone
like-
8
They should
years
just-
ago.
release them.
If you're keeping at least one, you're keeping Kobe White.
Yeah,
But we might get more for Kobe though. I don't know what we gonna get, but
Look,
we
A
might
lot,
get some.
a lot of
I mean,
teams
I'm not
want
saying
Kobe.
I wouldn't trade him, but I'm saying if it was up to like those main
I put it
4,
like this: I could see Kobe if we was trade. I could see him over there in Dallas, running the PG.
yeah.
and
Kobe.
who you gonna
But
pick?
he ain't gonna come off the bench once. What's the name come back? Kyrie come back.
I seen plenty of games where Kobe White was getting it in, and the
Yeah.
getting the bench, and the coaches just have his ass on the bench for the last quarter, the whole quarter, and
Yeah,
shit.
man. So hey,
And he'd have 22. I'd be like, damn, what'd he do?
all these trades has been wild, but
It ain't over yet.
It ain't over with. And then on top of that, right after the draft, free agency opens up. So we gonna say that's the
Y'all know who haven't done nothing though?
who is that?
The Lakers.
They never
Yeah.
do anything.
Yeah.
I'm just saying they haven't traded, they haven't
No, they-
drafted
they did.
Yeah,
nobody.
the
They
Lakers
did in the
ain't
draft.
done nothing.
They traded in the draft.
But I'm saying they ain't
They
done
just traded
nothing.
the
Who
Bulls.
they get?
Not fucking fun though, but
Right.
So I know
Here, I'll tell you.
They got the
Chicago-
Bulls
right now.
They got the Bulls 45 picks, so they
Right.
coming up in
And we
4
Oh
get-
weeks.
and
shit,
got
they gonna
that
get
55
Bryce.
pick.
They gonna get Bryce.
Bryce don't come out to next year, bro.
They gonna get his. You can draft a player whenever.
They don't got to come out yet.
Yeah, you can draft him right now.
Shit, Bryce. He
But
ain't
you,
even
but
started
no, you can only
college
do
yet.
that on the overseas. You can't.
Nah,
draft a
the
college player.
the one GM drafted his godson. His godson was
hold
3
this.
years old.
Damn, that's fucked up. Man.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
Oh man, let's see who go to state.
What's the
pick
next
here.
topic?
Yeah, what we rolling?
Yeah.
with?
So who y'all think win free agency so far?
that one dude.
Free agency ain't started yet.
Yeah, I really can't say.
Yeah, it is.
Remember the
I
dude
really
that he
can't
said
say.
he couldn't pronounce his name?
Who is that?
The what is it? ADOU dude.
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
he's going to the Lakers.
Eric, I do.
I can't really say who won the free agency.
It ain't over yet.
It ain't started
It
yet.
ain't even
It
started.
really-
All right, let me ask y'all this.
I'm getting sick of all these Kobe's in the league.
So most of these players that got drafted, right? Y'all see most of them as freshmen.
Right.
Yeah.
So one and done joints.
Right.
Who y'all think is the best one and done player in NBA all time?
Carmelo.
Who came out as a
No,
freshman?
one and done. One and done.
Carmelo was one and done.
Oh
Yeah,
one
freshman
and
year, he won a national
But he
championship.
ain't better than Durant.
Durant was nice, but
Durant?
I said
Carmelo
one
finished-
and done.
So you
That's
mean
an
tell me-
NBA
Carmelo-
player.
So you mean
Oh,
tell me
in the
going from
NBA
college
player.
to
I
thought
from
you were
going to
talking about
college to
coming
the
out of
NBA
college.
or coming out of high school?
I don't know, man. That's too many of them motherfuckers.
That's a
Coming
lot.
out of college
Yeah.
1 year.
Oh, coming out of
know.
college? Ooh, damn.
I thought you were
a
talking
lot
about
of them,
them
too.
like that ever played college.
The most notable is going to be KD and Carmelo.
Yeah. 1 year college. Just like Cooper Flag, 1 year college.
But
Anthony Davis, 1 year. He
You know
got
what?
a
That's a
ring.
toss up between
KD
Melo,
went to Texas, right?
KD,
Yeah.
and
They didn't-
Kyrie.
They didn't win no championship.
Because Kyrie only played 9
Yeah,
games his
Kyrie.
freshman year at Duke. He got hurt.
Zion, but he ain't on that level.
Right. Yeah, man.
Zion what should have been, but
Oh,
Quick
man.
question:
He
Do
can't
y'all
stop
think
eating.
Do y'all think the NBA should allow one and dones, or you think they should have a actual age limit? Because I think that is kind of messing up the league.
I think 8-year seniors was fucking up the league too.
8-year seniors, yeah,
Yeah,
That's
see,
because of that COVID shit,
was
though.
COVID, yeah.
That was COVID.
Just some
You can look at that thing two ways. One and dones are good because you don't want to just say that a race of people who's trying to get to the next level and they need this money to survive, and
Well, we're
they
not
have
talking-
to they have to wait into another year. They lose, they get injured and things like that if they have to go back to college. So you don't want to take that
they
opportunity
do that
away
in
from
other
people.
sports, and they getting paid in college now.
Yeah, but it only happened in sports where they want to control everything, like football and things like that.
But for the NBA, it's like you getting rid of the veterans. You don't have the game changed. You got all these young dudes in here. You probably don't even know half of these dudes' names, to be honest.
But that's because
like,
the
we don't-
teams are drafting prospects
But we
instead
not,
of drafting
but that's
proven
that's
aspects.
the point though.
That's
and
what
we
I'm
not
saying.
and we not like back then we used to have a connection to a college player that left late. That when they get drafted, you follow them through their whole career. Now we don't know half of these kids is.
Okay, let me ask you a question. This is a perfect example. If Cooper Flag stayed in 4 years and he came out in 4 years, Dallas might not have that number 1 pick.
Yeah,
but they got it now. Why not get him now?
He's still going to the league though.
That's
Like,
how they
who
look
cares
at it.
if he go to Dallas or not?
No, the
And
team cares if they get him or not.
I don't think they should stay 4 years.
No,
I'm not saying stay
that was
4
just,
years.
That was just an example.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, them being one and done, the teams that are drafting these players are thinking, I can get them young, even if he's just a prospect or high upside.
But
now, why wait to now 4 years and you can't get him now?
But it's still
You get 'em
it's-
early,
it's
get 'em
still-
young.
It's still the NBA, and the NBA
Because the team want him. I want him. I don't want you to have him.
When the last time we seen somebody in the NBA that got drafted high that affected the league? You know, it been second round players that been affected the
Victor
league. In a long way.
Wembanyama.
Besides him,
Zion,
and he didn't even.
Anthony Edwards.
Yeah. I mean, besides them two.
old boy from Detroit.
Cade Cunningham.
Cade Cunningham.
When he get drafted, he had to wait a few years to be who he is
No, he
today.
didn't.
No, he didn't.
Well, this is like
He
his
was
third
one and
year.
done.
He was-
I know.
I'm talking about in the
He was one-
NBA.
He still averaged
Yeah.
20.
I'm talking about the NBA. This is like his third year.
Even when he
He
was
got-
a rookie,
wait,
he was
wait.
still good.
So
though.
wait,
He won
I
Rookie
know-
of the Year.
He,
Nah,
he
I don't-
won Rookie of the Year, but his second year he got hurt. I do remember
Yeah,
that.
but he was still good.
But you saying his
They was sorry his first year.
Hey, but his first year he was
Yeah,
balling.
they was sorry, but
yeah.
Impact on team. When the last player that went in the first 13 and impacted the team?
So
Wembanyama.
so one person can impact the team.
Playoffs.
They didn't make the
he
playoffs.
got injured.
But they didn't make the playoffs.
Just because they didn't make the playoffs, bro.
Anthony
we
Edwards
clearly
Edwards didn't make the playoffs when he got
So-
his first few years.
So what is your point though?
So we clearly
I just
seen.
asked the question.
No,
I don't
hold
have
on,
a point.
hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what about
I
the
was just-
Pelicans?
I was
When
just-
Anthony
Hold on,
Davis
hold on,
went to
one at a time,
Pelicans,
one at a
he
time,
didn't
one
do
at a
shit.
time.
All I was
Round players.
We can't. I don't think we can hear you on the microphone.
Yeah, we can't even hear you.
I think he got
what I was
plugged
just
up.
asking was
So what Jay
gotta
Boog is
plug
trying
him
to
up.
say that there's not been a lottery pick that impacted the team in winning immediately.
Yeah, and that's what I was asking.
In a
Yeah,
while.
because
But what-
all the teams that they go to are shit. Like,
So
what do they want them to
But
do?
why do you want to win immediately?
I'm not saying. I was just asking. Do y'all think if y'all say y'all don't think that
No,
should
no.
change, then we could. I was just asking that, but I was just saying that.
Well, what's your opinion on it then?
I was just saying like I think they should wait till at least they junior year or something. My
Well,
opinion.
here's
So they
Yeah,
have more
so-
impact they freshman
have
or
more
they
impact.
rookie
See,
year.
see-
Yeah,
see what
and
it is?
the NBA because you get to get veterans in the NBA. You don't have any veterans no more. Like we don't like they in the last few years they've been rushing. People been disappearing out the league. We be like, what the fuck such and such at? Because they rushing them out the league to get these new people in that we don't even know.
But what happens is nowadays.
Now it
with-
messed the league up. People don't
without-
even like the style of basketball today because all these young dudes in the league.
Yeah, but with all the social media and everything that we see right away, everything is readily at our fingertips. So, a player staying in college for 3 or 4 years is actually going to hurt and diminish it, even if it
Diminish
was
what?
First of all, he's older.
Yeah, they're going to look at it as like
He's
You only got a couple years.
you
with
only got
in your
a
prime.
certain amount of years left.
No,
that's wear and tear on your
but
body.
y'all-
and
y'all-
why didn't you go?
this one and done and stuff ain't always been a rule. People NBA used to have to wait
right, but
two or
but-
3 years,
but-
and that's considered the
Well,
golden years in the NBA.
The NBA now, NBA, you could get drafted into high school.
Yeah, then they stopped that too.
Yeah, but it
When
wasn't
we
no
was in
it wasn't no
college,
requirement though.
It was an age, I think. What was it at first? Was it a?
It
you had
was.
to be
It
in-
had to be.
It was
you had to
18
be
or some shit
19.
like that.
Yeah, it's
Trey,
19,
you got to think. Corey
19.
McGetty was like the first person to do one and done, and
Out of
Yeah.
college.
out of college.
But I don't think it's the one
So
and
what was
done.
going
It's just
on
the
before
fact
then?
that everybody's just drafting prospects.
But do
now.
you think all these kids are ready, NBA
No,
ready
not
to
all
go?
of them.
Not
So that's
all.
my point.
None of them are.
Yeah,
that's
so
the problem.
So that's the point.
None
So
of
y'all
them are
agree with me
because
then.
they're drafting
Right.
prospects. But it's not the
But why are you
But I'd
drafting
rather get-
prospects when you got talent already in the league?
because I'd rather have
no
Anthony
GM
Edwards when he's not ready, and then have him now when he is ready, than to not have him at all.
But then when they're in college, you don't think they getting ready in college?
But
because
you
the
also-
GM
you don't got a
you can
chance to
build your
get him
body
there.
up.
Yeah, but they also
Somebody
not, wait,
listen. Y'all keep saying you don't have it. Like he still's going to the NBA.
But you got to think
It's-
about the
hold on,
team that
hold on,
wants
hold
him.
the NBA.
Hold
The
on.
NBA overall.
They not also going to college though because you got to think about it.
NBA overall still is going to get that talent.
Yeah, but
regardless of what team you go to.
Yeah, but think about it like this though. Now the way the shit is working, like I think the last time you seen somebody come straight out of high school was LeBron. After that, they changed that and it was like, okay, you got to at least be 19.
Nah, Dwight Howard. No, Dwight
Well,
Howard.
Dwight
came
Howard,
out.
yeah, you just got to be 19 and you got to do 1 year of college. So then all of a sudden they changed that and then they brought it back. So now kids are not just going to college. What do they say? I'm gonna go to the G-Need
Yeah.
Ignite. So
They
that's
going
where they
overseas
going
and
and they
stuff.
going there. It's kind of like you still playing against top NBA talent, and then you come out the following year. So in the way, in my eyes, you
LaMelo
still
Ball
ready.
route.
Yeah, you still ready because you still playing against guys that was like, oh, I got drafted by the NBA, but they got to send me down to the damn send me down. So I'm playing against them guys, and I'm playing against guys across seas. So it's almost kind of like somebody like fucking Luka. Luka had been playing against pros since he was like 16. And he came
12.
into the league. Well, yeah, well, 12. And he came into the league ready.
But if you was a GM, Puncho, and you had the choice between, as a GM for your job, you had the choice to draft a 19-year-old guy who has prospect who shows that he can beat anything, or a guy who's 24 who's at that point he's limited because he didn't spend 4 years in a pro system.
How you limited? Listen,
Because
this is
hold on. He's limited because he's probably got a knee injury now. He's probably got
nah. He still. I mean,
no, that's how it is by that point. That's more games
Yeah.
on your body. That's less
Played 3
that's
years.
less days with your trainer. That's less
Nah.
days within your system.
they still playing basketball at the end of the day, and they playing more basketball in the NBA versus they are in college. So what do you?
That's
so
what I'm
you
saying. No, that's
don't
what I'm
even-
saying. So
you
you
talking
bring
about
him to the
injuries.
NBA.
Nah, listen.
That's why. So
why
you
the
can bring
NFL?
him.
Why
You're
is
only
the
playing
NFL?
20
Why is
games
the
in
NFL?
college.
Why is the NFL? Is outside the fans and the other world, you know, but NFL they draft off what they need, positions, what they need. And the
Because
NBA
it's
problem, the
62 people on the
the
team.
NBA problem is they draft off your height, what you're gonna to sell tickets.
Potential.
the Bulls at one point drafted like 3 guards and 3 different fucking
I
drafts in
remember
a
that
row.
shit.
That's
I'm talking about point guards.
That's back to the question
And
that
then-
I
it
asked
wasn't-
you. As a
they-
GM, what would you do?
I'm a draft what I need as a GM.
So
That's why.
okay,
that-
let's
so
say
when you see teams that win off drafting, they got a good GM that draft off positions they need and type players they need.
okay, so let's
When you
say
see-
hold on.
when
Let's
see
say you
franchise-
draft off you draft a player that you need.
If
Now-
it's about winning or making money, it depends.
Now, as soon as you draft that player you need, now y'all expect it to win.
No, we're not.
Why
what
not?
you mean?
You got everything you need.
If you draft this freshman that's one and done that got all this popularity, you expected to win.
No, you're
then.
not. No, you're
Why
not. We're
So
not
why
even
you-
gonna see him for a few years.
What are you talking about,
That's how the NBA is. We don't see these players for a few years.
bro?
Yeah.
They
And
all
that's-
get put in
and
their
that's-
system.
They expected them.
Yeah, they're expected to win.
Nah.
Expected from Cooper Flag.
He
That's
is.
if you in the top 10, bro.
Cooper
He
Flag
is-
is one of the best prospects we've seen.
Only
Everybody
people.
go to number 1, they pick them.
Only people that's impacting winning
Yeah.
for the NBA the last 10 years is probably like the last 3
What do you
picks.
think they want
What?
to do when he-
They expect Zion
The first
to turn
three- the
team
first three
around.
picks.
So what's the point then? What is your point about you expect them to win? So if I draft a center because I need a center, I'm expected to win. But if I draft a guard after I got a great guard already, and I just draft another guard because he's the best player in college,
That guard
You messed up because
that guard that you drafting,
this to you.
no. But this is what I was saying. If it's
Look what happened.
look what happened when
They
We're not talking
picked
about-
based on what they needed, and they got him Noah. They could have got Michael Jordan,
who.
and they took
Sam Bowie.
based
Sam
on what
Boy,
they needed.
yeah.
But that's my point. No, that's my point. Sam Bowie, Michael Jordan was not. Sam Bowie was one of the top players in the country. Y'all forgetting that.
No,
Y'all
no,
Sam
no,
Bowie was one of the top
Portland
players
already
in the
had
country.
Clyde
wasn't.
Drexler.
They
No,
already
it
had
wasn't.
Clyde Drexler.
No,
They didn't pick
pulled-
Mike.
They
Yeah,
pulled Sam Bowie out their ass.
dog. Sam Bowie was one of the top players in the country.
No, they only
Look it
picked.
up.
Pick what they needed.
No, it
Look it
wasn't.
up. Wasn't Sam
Wait,
No,
Bowie?
it
wait,
wasn't.
No, wait.
Look it up, bro.
No, it
Hey,
wasn't.
Y'all act like Sam Bowie was a
honestly,
bum in
He
college.
was.
Yo,
Are you
honestly,
serious?
He
Sam
was.
Bowie was
Less
like
than 10.
Sam Bowie was like a top prospect.
Bro, he was a top
But
prospect.
like, bro, ain't no way in the world I would have took him over Jordan.
Well, they
Bro,
had Clyde
but-
Drexler already. Clyde
They
Drexler
had
was
Clyde
crazy.
Drexler.
True,
What Jordan was in college, Clyde Drexler was that in the NBA already.
So ask me.
What are we talking
So
about?
didn't
Well,
Houston
that's what
have,
he's saying. You saying they drafted
right?
for need,
And
they
Houston,
lost out on Mike.
Right, and
Yeah,
then Houston
they
have
lost out
Ralph-
on Mike.
Did
Mike,
Houston
that's what I
have
said.
Ralph Sampson?
I agreed. I said if you
Did
sell us out to
Houston
sell
have Ralph
tickets,
Sampson and they
Yeah, they
still
did.
picked Elijah Wan?
Yeah, they
Yep.
did. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
worked for them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
Twin
that's what I'm
Towers.
saying. You
Bro,
get the best prospect
you get
out
Michael
there.
Jordan.
You don't get
That
what's
comes
needed.
once in a lifetime, bro. We never seen that ever. That's a once in a lifetime.
But he wasn't
No.
like that
Fucked
all
up
through
ass
college.
The
trade.
quickest thing to get you fired as a GM is passing on a prospect.
No,
When
wait,
If you pass
Michael
on
Jordan,
somebody,
hold up.
What if somebody would have passed? What if somebody would have passed on? What if New Orleans would have passed on Zion and picked motherfucking and picked
RJ Barrett,
or what's his name? The Duncan, the little kid,
Ja Morant.
John Morant.
They'd be happy.
They'd be
Yeah,
happy.
that'd be happy.
why would they be happy? They
Because
still,
now he
they
know
both
he be
in the
injured.
same boat.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
true.
just saying, but they would have been winning. Ja been winning since Ja been winning.
No, Memphis been winning.
Ja been winning too.
But they was winning without him.
Ja participated a little bit in that.
bro.
Because when he was suspended, they kept winning.
Hey man,
When he wasn't playing, they start thinking that the
Right,
team was
he
better
ca-
without
he
him.
came
They had
back.
decent people.
They started
But he was
losing.
winning though when he was playing.
That is facts.
They was winning.
They was
without him.
winning.
What have
you talking
Zion?
about, Memphis?
So what have
Memphis.
Zion produced?
When John was out, they was like, they might be better without John.
What
Hold
have-
on,
they-
hold
they
on.
was,
Let
though,
them
they did
finish
do
their
that.
spade.
But what
Let
was
them finish
what
their
have Zion accomplished? Zion. I mean, Ja have had a better career than Zion so far.
You said he has?
Yeah. Darius Garland had a fucking better
When
career
when,
than
when,
Zion.
when
Zion
Zion,
been
when
hurt.
Zion plays, Zion is unstoppable.
Yeah, but
No, I
they
agree
both
with
just
that.
hot messes
I agree
right
with
now.
When
that.
Zion
Yeah.
play,
I agree
he
with
is
that.
unstoppable.
I agree with
and
that.
when
but
Ja
he been-
play, he's unstoppable too.
yeah.
So they both
But
just
they
hot
both in the
mess.
same boat. Yeah,
But
they
they
But
both
that's
just
my
hot
point though.
messes right now.
So you wouldn't have lost if you still wouldn't have lost if you'd have picked Ja Morant.
yeah, you'd have been in the same boat.
Yeah, but
You probably would
what
have been winning.
GMs don't
He'd
get
have been on the
fired.
floor more.
Listen, Puncho.
But
Hold on. GMs don't get fired for taking prospects is the problem. You ain't gonna get fired for taking the prospect. But
I
if you
agree
don't,
with what you
hold
said.
on,
The
bro.
NBA
hold
draft
on,
off.
hold on, bro.
ticket sales.
If you don't take the prospect and somebody else do, you're out of there. So that's why they taking these prospects.
Nah, but if you win, you're not gonna be
it
out
ain't.
of
It
there.
ain't even about winning for them. It's about
So
job
you
security.
fired, and you ain't take Melo?
it's about
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Nah,
It's just
he was
about
there a
taking.
while.
It's about
Melo, he did
well,
get
if you a
fired.
GM, it's about taking that risk. That's
All
what
I'm
you got
saying-
scout
it's
for.
All
like-
I'm saying,
it's like-
I'm a basketball. I play basketball. I'm a drive off
We
what
all
I
do.
need. I ain't saying
But it's-
y'all
but
don't.
it's
I'm
like-
just saying I'm drafting off positions
Did
that I
he just
need.
say
But
we
you,
all
I
play
could,
basketball?
you got to remember
with
your
y'all.
job is on
It's
the
just
line
not
too.
what the NBA is. It's like your job. You know what I'm saying?
So-
you gotta take. You gotta do what everybody else is doing.
Look,
Nah,
look what
it-
happened to the
it-
GM of the
once
Chicago
it-
Bears.
Wait.
Because Nico Harrison.
Pancho.
Alright.
Pancho.
Yeah.
Just like what happened with the Bears. With draft
NFL
day,
though.
draft day, it's the same. It's sports.
No, it's different.
Draft day, nobody said anything bad about the Trubisky pick until they realized who Patrick Mahomes became, and they said you passed on that,
Yeah.
and then that's how they. What?
Trubisky shit was stupid.
That was
No,
good.
but nobody said that on draft day.
Shit, I
they
did.
said they said a lot of
You know
people
what?
said that he looked great.
They did.
A lot of people said he looked
know
great.
what?
Nobody said you should have got Patrick Mahomes. Nobody.
You know
So
what?
y'all
The only
basically
people, only
saying-
person I said they should have got was Deshaun Watson.
They could have got Lamar Jackson.
Hey,
like that, too.
I even put
Right,
it. Hey,
but it was Watson, Deshaun Watson.
wait, hold up. I even put it in best respect. The Indianapolis Colts, when we drafted Anthony Richardson, we looked at that boy straightly on potential. We looked at him like, oh, this the fucking next Cam Newton. And all of a sudden, he getting hurt. And as a Colts fan, it's pissing me off. I'm like, dude, you can't stay on the field for us to really see what you really look like because you're constantly getting hurt. And then now we got to deal with fucking Daniel Jones. So that's kind of like, we drafted him off strictly potential.
And just
he-
because
he-
the fact that he gets hurt and he's got potential, the GM can stay around
Exactly.
because of that.
And he only,
y'all-
and he only
basically what
started
y'all
for a
saying
whole
is
year.
that these kids, if they really that, they could be that. They gonna really be that in their third year of college. If they really that,
You're not in the pro system.
man.
Hey, and
You
then
don't
on top
have
of
that space
I'm
in
just saying,
college
yeah,
that you
yes,
have in the
Because
NBA.
you'll be a
with that
man.
too.
You'll be a man playing amongst boys.
But no, I'm just saying if the NBA did that across the board, everybody that came in your freshman class is gonna be
Right. But I'm
Okay,
saying-
so you're looking at it from an NBA perspective.
I'm looking at it to make the game back better.
Yeah, but
To
think
make it a
about
good
this
game.
though. They
To
playing
make-
30.
to
They
get the
playing
game
30
back
games
to
in college.
a good watch.
yeah.
How good
I don't
are
know,
they
this
gonna,
finals
how
is off the
good are they
chain
gonna
to
get
me.
in
That's
college?
because they
and then you
played.
get a little bit more if you make the tournament.
Okay.
Okay,
drafted
40
that
games,
team.
40
Yeah.
games in college.
You feel
How
me?
good are you gonna get?
They didn't. Indiana didn't have a superstar. They had players they played team ball.
That's why I say OKC
And
wasn't that far ahead of the pack to me.
They played team ball. I want to get back to that. What I seen in the finals. I
Yeah,
don't
that
want
was
to
a
get back
hell of a
to
finals.
this.
Oh yeah,
to
that was
this.
a hell of a fight.
Yeah, but Indiana had a lot of lottery picks on the team.
Yeah, but I want to get back to that type of basketball. I want to get
Yeah.
back to where you got veterans on the bench. I want to get back to that type of NBA. This young shit is fucking the league up.
yeah,
That
but
whole
you gotta-
finals was young shit.
But, you said- but you
Yeah,
gotta-
but they got veterans on their bench.
yeah,
they
but you
wasn't
gotta
playing.
play to their
Okay,
ages,
so-
All right,
though,
all
bro.
right, let's switch it up a little bit. I got a trivia question from y'all for y'all.
True.
So, what school has the most NBA MVPs?
Ooh.
Oh shit!
What school?
What
What school? What college?
Oh, holy
I'd
hell!
like to use one of my hints, please.
You gonna call in the
I was
phone?
about to say, can I phone a friend?
Feel free, anybody.
Who y'all drafted for LA? Because this pick going to LA.
That's Timberwolves.
No, oh,
It's
pros.
the Bulls.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Y'all talk about the second round.
No.
damn.
I'm trying to think.
Wait.
I'm thinking. I'm over here thinking.
bro.
I just don't
You
like
said
dead air.
Most MVPs.
Most
MVPs.
college with the most MVPs in the league.
Talk about it. You know Jordan got what? How many MVPs Jordan got?
I don't got that.
I thought you talking about players or you talking about just
Racking them up.
yeah. Like how many? Who got the most players that won MVP or the most just MVP?
MVPs total.
Oh
Add
shit.
Jordan 6 in?
Yeah.
So you
Nah,
add
he
Jordan
got more
6,
than-
or that's just one for
You
North
gotta
Carolina?
think about it. He
No,
got.
you add all of them.
He got all of them. You talking about finals MVPs?
I'm talking about
He
all
won-
the MVPs.
He won 6
Not the-
MVPs.
No,
Not the finals.
no.
Not the
He's
finals
asking
MVP.
what college produced the most
Not players.
NBA MVPs.
Right.
Oh, shit. Ah, damn. I can't say North Carolina because Jordan was the only one.
I was thinking
really-
that because of Kareem.
And
Westbrook's got one, right?
And somebody else from UCLA.
Bill Walton got
Bill
one.
Wall. It's UCLA.
That's what I was gonna say too.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, 'cause-
Jay Book got it right. It's
That was my
UCLA.
first.
right.
guess.
Because at first I was thinking, I was like Carolina. I was like, hell no. I was like Perkins didn't win one. Worthy didn't win one.
I about to say, because
Ford didn't win one. So
No.
Yeah, they got Bill Walton, Kareem, Abdul-Jabbar, Russell Westbrook. Then LSU and North Carolina.
LSU.
Shaq.
LSU.
It was Shaq and who else?
What's that? Pistol Pete Maverick, I
Oh,
think.
Pistol Pete.
Yeah.
And then in North Carolina, you only had Jordan and who?
You got Pistol Pete Shaq from LSU and Bob McAdoo.
Oh yeah, Bob McAdoo.
And Michael
did.
Jordan from UNC.
Yeah, Bob McAdoo did win one. I forgot all about that shit. God damn. That's crazy, bro. Wow.
So I got another trivia question for y'all too.
What's the other trivia?
So y'all know how they talk about the NBA has changed since the pace of the game is so much faster and players are so faster and quicker than they used to be. What year was the fastest pace of the NBA?
That's crazy. What year?
Yeah.
What, like 1979?
The Pistol Pete days.
1979.
You talking about
78?
up and down, like getting up and down the court. I might have to say the year that the Phoenix Suns.
I'm gonna say
yeah.
I'm gonna say 17.
Mike D'Antoni and them.
Yeah, I gotta say Mike D'Antoni. That year Mike D'Antoni had that. I don't remember what year it was, but I'm gonna go with that.
That year?
Yeah.
maybe
Nah.
not.
Y'all all out the ballpark.
1969, some 60.
Pistol Pete days. I'm telling you.
Pistol Pete Day? No.
Damn.
91 and 92.
What?
What?
I mean 90 and 91. MJ days.
Really?
Yeah, so the Phoenix Suns with Tom Chambers. I mean the Denver Nuggets with Tom Chambers. They average 118.
Okay. Damn. Wow.
So all this, the pace of the game has changed. Crap. It's
Nah,
just,
it's still
Well, I
the same.
mean, it's always
just
been
the
up and
space.
down, maybe.
it's just probably more teams that's getting that.
Yeah.
More teams is getting 118. Than
I would
it is.
say-
Well, the run and
Instead
gun
of
has
just-
always
instead of
been
just the
Yeah.
run
running
and gun
team.
has always been a system in basketball since
And then on top of that, I say it's the
since
space.
John Wooden, right?
Ron
Right.
TMZ. Remember they did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you gotta remember, they can't hand check anymore.
You just got to be able to build that way. It was hard to build that way at that
Yeah,
time.
because remember, you can hand check. You can't hand check no more. You got to put your elbow up. I'm like, man, you can't hand check no more.
And you had to make people believe in that system because
Yeah.
back in those days, it was like if you ain't got a big man you dumping the ball down to,
Pretty
then
much.
you ain't doing shit.
That is right there. Yeah.
So a lot of people disregarded that system
Yeah. Yeah.
and didn't believe in it. Because nobody never really won with that. You know what I'm saying? So
Until Steph Curry came and
well,
Golden
no, because
State.
I think Phoenix they didn't win a championship, but they made it. The D'Antoni days, they made it look like you could win because they probably had the best record in the league them years.
I think that's
Yeah, but they wasn't shooting threes.
I think that's when
But they was.
D'Antoni.
I'm talking about fast pace. You talking about up and down.
Yeah, I think that's when D'Antoni invented that whole like I'm gonna go small ball type shit. Like
D'Antoni was like, I want y'all to shoot 200 shots a game.
right. Yeah. You got to get out.
So
Run.
to stick to that fast paced topic, we got 8 Achilles tears in this season alone.
It's the shoes.
What do y'all think is happening?
Stop wearing them low top Adidas and low top Pumas and low top Asics and low top bullshits.
And,
know-
Yeah, they hooping at everything.
And they need to take the off season off.
Jay,
They be out.
Them
trying to
Norths.
be
What's them
hooping
shoes
all-
with the
all
ends
year
on them?
round.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. I think it's
New
I
Balance?
think it's too much wear and tear on the body. Because
Yeah,
right
they need to
now the
just
kids
don't.
are playing 100 games a year with AAU and high school. You doing
But
that?
they ain't playing 82 games in the season.
No, in the summer they be going to
Right.
Rico Hines and
Yeah,
all that
but
shit,
man,
running and playing.
They've
Back
been
in the
doing
day-
that. They've been playing all summer back.
No,
in
back
the
in the day,
Nah.
you listen to them, they be like, I ain't touch a ball all summer.
Right. Yeah, they playing
They
games
started
just to
when
be
they training
playing
camp.
now.
They got
Yeah.
in shape in training camp back in the day.
Man,
I
Jordan
mean,
was
'cause-
putting teams together in courts on the movie sets to play.
Yeah,
and
because
shit.
think about it like this: like if they not playing high school ball, and you that high school top player, because I know Brian did, Kobe did. You go in New York, you playing in the Rutgers. That's like the Mecca. You going to play that, and then if you ain't playing in that, you coming back this way. You playing in the Pro-Am in Chicago. Then if you ain't playing in the Pro-Am, there you going to the Pro-Am and playing in the LA. It's like you're playing.
I don't want to
nonstop
hear that
around.
bullshit. Everybody keeps saying that this generation is younger, faster, stronger, younger, faster, stronger. Then why the fuck are they all breaking?
Like you said, the
Because
shoes
and
they
they not,
hooping, and
do
they-
any of them got a Nike deal?
Because they
Any of these niggas that's tearing their shit got a Nike
But
deal.
think about this: the game is emphasized on small ball and spacing now. So it's more guards and forwards in the league now, smaller 6'7" guys, than the 7-footers and that's running up the court slower, and you know what I'm saying. So with all that spacing
and those positions.
You remember back in the day, a guy was on you with a hand check. So now when you catch it, just like with Tyrese Halliburton, it's a good example. There was 3 or 4 feet in between him and the guy. So that was spaced for him to try to create a move for him to actually injure himself. Back in the day, the defender was already on him, so he caught it and he put his back on him and he just went and tried to do a move.
The problem with that's a bad example. The problem with Tyrese Halliburton was like the same thing I said about when KD got hurt. You do not come back from a calf strain too soon. That was rule number one.
Come on, man.
That was bound to happen.
It's 1,000 calf strains in the league.
But
and you wait. You don't come back because you're in game 7.
But you're telling me
can't say that.
you're in the finals.
I know.
And you get
you're
hurt,
going to try to play. But what I'm saying is normally you do not
that's
come
real,
back
though.
that fast.
Game 7, you playing, man.
Yeah.
Right. And you got the risk of tearing your shit.
Oh,
He ain't tearing in
then-
game 6. He played in game 6.
Yeah. But
I
he took
agree
it
with
real
you, though.
easy.
When my wife tore hers, she had a calf strain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So what it is they're misdiagnosing the calf
No,
strain.
they're not misdiagnosing nothing.
Because the calf is 100 other people who have calf strains and nothing happened.
Well,
They take their time coming back and they rehab it.
No.
So you mean
no.
like how often that happened in the NBA? I mean, in the playoffs.
What, calf strains?
I'm just saying. You said it's 100 other people. If
The
it's
NBA
regular
players.
season or is it playoffs?
Because in regular season they can take the extra games off. The playoffs they encouraged and get motivated to come back faster.
So you mean to tell me if y'all was in that situation, y'all
We're
would have
not
took the
say-
game off?
we're not saying
we're not
that.
saying that we won't.
We're
do it.
saying
So
that that's
it's a-
why
That
he
might-
tore his
that's what
Achilles.
caused it. I agree with you. I'm gonna play.
I'm not gonna say it was
I'ma
the
take the
spacing.
chance.
I wouldn't say the cat. It's
No, it's a fact though.
That's a
Yeah,
fact.
it's
That's a fact.
You can't argue with that. That's a fact.
how is it a fact?
What do you
Because if
mean?
you got the calf
It's an
strain,
hypotenuse. What do you mean? How is it a fact? It's your
if you got a calf
Yeah,
strain,
with that.
it could tear your Achilles.
No.
If
Yeah,
you
it
come back
can.
to So
It
It does.
So
If you
but
come
we
back too
agree with
soon.
you though. We'll come
No.
back and play. I'll
But
take
that's the risk
chance,
we taking.
But
I don't
your
think.
calf strain can cause your Achilles to.
But
Now, if you say Derrick Rose, that's a different story.
But also, running without a calf strain can tear your Achilles.
yeah, that's why we said we're gonna take the chance and play.
So that's what I'm saying. So
But you used the example you used. What I'm saying is that's not why Tyrese hurt his. Tyrese got hurt
Tyrese-
because he came back too soon from a calf strain.
so so let's say this.
I
So
just looked
let's
it up.
let's.
I know we know this
Let's
already.
stay-
I'm not disagreeing.
I'm the
with something
expert.
for him.
I'm the expert.
I know about that too.
You just said that it's not true.
Hey,
No, I said it's not a
We
fact.
got you stats. We got you
No,
stats.
so what I'm saying is, so let's say his calf is strained. If somebody's playing defense on him like this, how do he get to run around and try to do
Don't.
the moves that he did?
He still can run around.
No,
You
he can
gonna
run
be standing
around.
still with because somebody on him deep playing defense.
So when he got
You got to run
injured-
back on defense. You got to do all type of
when
shit.
he got injured, they passed him the ball. Wasn't he trying to make a move before?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was trying to make a move.
That's just what happened. He could have been hurt
He
playing
was trying,
defense.
he was trying to make that move because he had all this space,
Yeah,
right?
he caught
That's
the
all
ball,
I'm saying.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I get what
That's all I'm saying. He had all that space to make the move. You didn't have all that space in the 90s, in the 80s. You didn't have all that space. People wasn't catching the ball out 30 feet behind at the line. You know what I'm saying?
Because the minute back in the 80s and 90s, the minute you caught the ball, a defender was on you immediately. Like you couldn't.
But they just didn't space the floor like that.
Yeah. That-
If you
I
notice,
mean,
Indiana reset their offense at
Even
the
if you
half
got a
court
defender
line.
on you, the style of play have changed. He catch the ball in the style of play now is catching. As soon as you catch the ball, make your move. Back in the 90s, you might catch the
Wait
ball.
for
and you
something
might
to develop.
Yeah,
Triple
you
threat.
looking for your
Yeah.
you looking for your
Now you
A
only
cutter
got,
or
you only got
yeah.
half a second now to make the decision whether you're gonna
Exactly.
shoot, pass, or
So
drive.
even if the defender get on you today, it's just the style of play. It's the knowledge of the game has changed.
Yeah, I mean, when was the last time y'all seen somebody wearing a high top or a mid top shoe?
Shit.
Oh,
Rasheed Wallace. Remember he used to wear the
Yeah.
Air Force Ones back in the day? Rasheed was
and
rocking
that's why he
those.
said like
Yeah.
they need to go back to wearing high top shoes.
Steph Curry, like he wore 2 ankle braces on
His ankles are terrible.
Right. That's because when he first came in the league, he was hurt for like those first 2 seasons. I'm like, damn.
You know
man,
why? Because of Under Armour. That shit trash.
They just take the bag. They just tear.
Shit,
Man, I'm not, if I get the
ankles
league,
and Nikes. He was wearing Nikes at that time. When he got to Under Armour, his ankles been better.
no, because he's been hurt. Last couple years he been having ankle.
And he wasn't with
But
Nike.
He played. Yes, he was.
All I'm saying
Nike.
is,
That's how he ended up signing
Hey.
with Under Armour. Go look. He was wearing Nikes. I don't
Cooper
know he was
Flag,
with
if
Nike,
you
he was
hear me,
wearing
bro, I hope you good. I just hope you don't pull a fucking Zion in them fucking New Balances, bro. I hope you don't bust completely out your fucking shoe, bro, because damn, Zion had on Nikes when he did that
Man,
shit.
Cooper Flag come from Duke, bro. All these years, Duke been having like a number 1 prospect, bro. And the last one they panned
the
out, Jason
powerhouse.
Tatum. You know what I'm saying? Let's see.
That's
Let's
what
see
I
what
heard.
happened.
Hey,
All right, before we get out of here, I
Nah,
want to
I
hit
said
one
just
more
take the
topic
last
real
one.
quick. What y'all think about John Jones retiring, man? I don't know if y'all follow UFC.
Yeah.
He can't
Hey.
stop doing
or
cocaine.
anything.
Ain't this is like
Like
third
that
time
booger sugar.
retiring?
You know it.
Like,
hey,
All these damn rules. Just let him do some
hey,
booger
you
sugar
know
and
what?
fight.
Right?
Hey, congratulations to John Bones Jr. Man, like,
John Bones Jr.
I mean, what?
John Bones. You told you to combine him with Roy Jones and shit.
My fault.
Roy Jones
John
Jr. joint.
Bones Jr.
Hey, congrats to him, man. Hey, he was a shit in UFC, bro. He was.
Well, you did hear that that cocaine give you extra strength. You ever tried to fight a crackhead?
Hey,
That's
hey,
like a PhD,
Hey.
performance enhancing
like
drug,
Rick
a
James
PED.
said. Like Rick James said, cocaine a hell of a drug.
Do y'all think he's trying to dodge the fight with Espinal?
No, I don't think John
think so.
dodge any fights.
you probably know he's about to get popped.
He'll fight
so
anybody.
he
That's
probably
like,
tired.
What's up? That's
He
like
trying to
old
get in
girl
trouble.
coming out of retirement. Amanda Nunes to fight the chick that just won the title. Amanda Nunes coming back out of retirement. I was like, damn, you was retired, Amanda. Now you coming back out like.
Watch her
See,
get her ass
This
kicked.
is what I learned about. I've never did cocaine day in my life, but since I've been around a lot of white people, they do that
Been
shit.
around a lot of cocaine.
They do that shit like
I ain't never did it.
like people smoke cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? Like a recreate. Like so, like me, I drink. If I was the number 1 sprinter in the world and I kept winning championships, they keep taking away from me because I'm drinking alcohol. I'm like, this ain't got the shit to do with me running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be tired of that shit too. John Jones be whooping niggas ass, undefeated. I think right. He's still undefeated, right?
Yeah.
And in the ring,
And
he
then-
got one
and then
loss from a forfeit.
And yeah, every time he get a win, they take his win away or some shit, or just suspend him because they
you
find
can't-
cocaine
you
in his
can't
drink.
be on cocaine during the match. It just make you a superhero during that time.
That's what I'm saying. But
You're
that's-
cheating.
is there any facts?
That's what I was saying.
Because everybody would be on cocaine then,
Hey,
right?
because you know they gotta test
That's
them.
why they test them.
They gotta test them before, so you don't think like right before he go on. Hey, let me get a hit real quic, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I think-
let me get a bump.
No, if
A
they tested
bump.
him before, the fight would never happen. I think they test him after.
Yeah, they test them after.
And then he partying and he's doing cocaine. And then they be like, let me
Yeah,
check
they
you.
test you after.
Yeah.
They test them.
Remember,
like clockwork.
remember Saquon did that backwards jump hurdle? They tested him immediately after that. They said, "No, nigga, that's some superhero shit."
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
tested. Damn,
They tested,
Y'all, a nigga do something crazy, they test you.
They tested Steph Curry in the Olympics after he went off and saved the game for them against
So it's
Jokic.
like you have an out of body experience. Like they just gonna be like that shit.
Yeah, that
They
ain't
did
that
that
ain't
to,
that ain't
the
natural.
NBA do it too.
Didn't they do
I
that
ain't
to
know.
Austin Reeves or something? Or someone.
No, they don't do that to white people.
Don't. You tried it. You tried it.
It was like, listen.
Hey,
Austin Reeves, right.
Look. It was like
When black people do something extravagant, we get tested for drugs.
It was like 2 years ago, or maybe even not last year. It was like definitely like 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. Someone like popped off and got like 40 points or 30 points.
Oh, you
and
talking about that's Austin
and
Reeves?
they drug tested him the very next day.
Yeah, that's how it is.
That's like, like he said, like what is it? Cat Williams said when white folks sniff some cocaine right in front of you, motherfucker. Do you know I can see you? You know what I'm saying? So like,
John Jones be in them parties after he win, and they be like, "Yeah, we caught you. We caught you."
Cocaine and white bitches.
He must have called up Daryl Strawberry. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Daryl Strawberry, let me holler at you real quick, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. So
That's good.
I mean, John was doing the thing though, bro. You know, so
You
we
can't
gonna
do the
see what it is,
cocaine
bro.
in public. That's the problem. They be doing that shit in public,
Let's
Like
get
Michael
John.
Jordan
Let's
son?
give him a
sniffing it off white girls' titties and shit.
Let's give him a proper goodbye. All right, John.
That's crazy. He can whoop your ass. He see you in the street.
Yeah, he probably will whip my ass.
I shoot him. No, I don't give a fuck about that nigga.
Yeah, I had to shoot him.
He can't sniff a bullet.
I had to shoot him. Now you know he'd take that out like, who said I can't sniff a bullet? Broke it down, put it up.
Gunpowder.
This for you, nigga.
I know we getting ready to wrap up here and everything, but appreciate y'all coming through, you know what I'm saying? Celebrating the first part of the birthday, you know what I'm saying, man. 46, bro.
Happy birthday, man.
It's an honor just to even be alive. At the
I
age
see
of
all
46,
46 years in that bed.
Y'all see
Yeah, I got a lot of salt and pepper,
we
man.
shot from a different location. You see my man up in his coat's pajamas today, so we
Yeah,
shot
you
from
know
his
what I'm saying?
mansion today.
I got the Coach Get behind in front of me. Then I got Coach Get behind me. As you can see, you see the Michael Jordan poster right there when he took the last shot freshman year North Carolina won. You know what I'm saying, Mike? It's Mike.
We
bro,
couldn't
you know
get
what
him
I'm saying?
transported to the regular studio, so we came here. Couldn't get him off the couch.
I guess
Couldn't get him off the couch
I
for
guess,
the DJ.
I guess I had to get in my damn wheelchair for that, right? Nah, this is all good though. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
good.
Hey, man.
Cool.
Hey, 46. Hey, just remember this: dad supporting dads,
Dad supporting
and
dads.
then
Hey,
men supporting men. We got to get out here. We got to support each other because we got to raise our youth, our young men, our young women. We got to lead them and guide them so they can be better, and we can lead their hands in a future better world, man. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
crazy because I wore my Our Father's shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what's up, bro. I like that.
Yeah.
See, hey,
With
yeah.
the iconic fathers
Get a
on
peek
here.
at-
You know what I'm saying?
Who we got on there? We got Uncle Phil,
Yeah, Uncle Phil, Fred Sanford,
Sanford.
Pops,
Pops.
Cliff Huxtable.
Yes, sir.
okay.
Iconics.
Yeah, 80sapparel.com.
That's a bag of drugs. That boy got a little bit of everything in there.
Our daddies was doing
He got
drugs.
some, he got some Diddy, he got some
Phil
Quavo.
Cosby.
We're gonna get out of here. Thank y'all for checking us out. Don't forget we on all the networks, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok. One more thing though, we're gonna have a teen pod. So if your kid is out there, and they got a little talent, hit us up. We want to check them out and see if they qualify for the little team. We want to teach them how to do everything, and just sort of like an internship, so they can come out and get some experience in doing what we're doing. We just want to get back to some of the teens in the community. So if that's you or if that's your kid, hit us up and we'll get you on.
See what you got.
Yes, sir. Bring it. Bring
Holla
it.
back,
You know what I'm saying?
Mr. Daddy, sir.
Jason,
Panel.
let's go.
We out.
Hasta
Deuces.
luego.